What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Super here, and welcome to another Injustice 2 video. I apologize that I'm using yesterday's ranked match as a video in the background, as gameplay in the background, but I didn't have any other Injustice footage, so I apologize for that. But today's video, I want to talk about pretty much the first year and a couple months of Injustice 2. Not only how awesome the game is, right? And I'll give you guys my pros and cons and all that, but really how important this game was, not only to myself, but I think to the health of the NetherRealm YouTube scene, because a lot of new channels started popping up that might have uploaded content before, but really gained a following in Injustice 2, and just how awesome that is as a community, and how important it is to have that growth, not only to one channel, two channels, but 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you know, etc. And of course, I'll be talking about how important Injustice 2 was to my channel, because this game came at a perfect time, to be honest with you guys. So give you guys a little backstory. In February of 2017, YouTube went crazy because of unfortunate situations that were going on with other content creators and advertisers not wanting to advertise on videos. So we went through this thing called the Adpocalypse, where it's still going on pretty much to this day. A lot of channels suffer because of it, including my Mortal Kombat videos. But pretty much YouTube decided to, have this system where if a video title has a specific word in it, a keyword, maybe if you cuss too much in your video, I don't think that's a thing anymore, because I cuss a lot, and my brother does too in his videos, and we don't get demonetized for that. It's just like if you have something in the title that might be offensive, that might have death on it, or Mortal Kombat, your video gets hit with this yellow check mark. It's titled as not advertiser friendly, so your video won't receive the same amount of ads. And that really isn't the main focus that I have, and the main problem that I have with the yellow check mark. The problem that I have is that YouTube doesn't promote videos that are not advertiser friendly. So for example, if one of my Mortal Kombat videos gets hit with this and it gets confirmed not advertiser friendly, that Mortal Kombat X video will get 1/3 of the views that a green check mark monetized video would get, just because YouTube is promoting monetized videos. So that really hurts. And I went on that little spiel because it's relevant to what I'm going to talk about, which is Injustice 2 is a perfectly ad-friendly game. And this is one of the big reasons why a lot of us fighting game channels that cover Injustice 2 were able to grow as much as we did, because we didn't have to worry about, man, is this video gonna get demonetized? Is this video gonna get demonetized? I don't want to title it this. I don't want to title it Best Brutality in Mortal Kombat X. It might get demonetized. Injustice 2 came at a perfect time, and that's really where I want to start this video off. Injustice 2 being advertiser friendly really helped out myself and the entire NetherRealm YouTube scene, because if it wasn't for Injustice 2 being based off superheroes and completely advertiser friendly, I don't think our scene would have grown as much on YouTube as it did. So just want to start off from the beginning. Right when Injustice 2 was announced, the hype was on. It was in June of 2016. June of 2016, and I want to give a shout out, not really a shout out, a tip I should say, to all content creators. The coverage of the new fighting game, the main focus starts when that new fighting game is announced. So a lot of people ask me all the time, how'd you get so big? Tips, it's a lot harder for smaller channels, I'll admit that, as opposed to when I started. And it wasn't even that hard for me, because I had already established a fan base and an audience via Call of Duty videos from 2010 to 2015. So I almost had 100,000 subscribers when I started uploading fighting games. So I hit the search engine really fast, just because my numbers were already up there compared to other fighting game channels. So it wasn't that difficult for me. But I will say this: when a new game comes out, that is the absolute best time to blow up as a channel, because people are looking for news, they're looking for information, they're looking for leaks, character info, character leaks, they're looking for anything related to that fighting game. So it starts right when that game gets announced, and I think I did a pretty good job covering that. I know a lot of you guys came over from the point of Injustice 2 being announced to before it being released, like in that period before Injustice 2 was even out, because it's so important as a content creator just to stay on top of everything, every Ed Boon tweet, everything. And I know it might be a meme and all that, but as a content creator, you can meme me if you want, baby. I'm covering this because it's super important as a content creator to be on that. So Injustice 2 was like, oh man, it was amazing for me because one of the things that I'm the most proud of is I actually got invited to a pre-capture event before Injustice 2 was out with all these like awesome content creators, not only fighting game content creators, but just movie reviewers, and just other people who cover like DC and cover comic books. It was really cool. Like, I recognized a lot of people. I got to meet Maximilian for the first time, who is like my YouTube inspiration and like idol, if you could say. So that was super cool. And the reason it was so significant for me is because I never thought that my channel would be considered like important enough to be asked if I wanted to come to a pre-capture event, pre-release capture event. You know what I mean? So just having that happen, I was like, wow, that's so cool that I got invited to, record some footage of Injustice 2 before it comes out. Hell yeah, sign me up. So that was a huge significant event for me with Injustice 2 and how awesome it was. And then the second thing is just pretty much the growth on YouTube. Like I mentioned at the start, advertiser-friendly game came at a perfect time, helped me grow from pre-release Injustice 2, 190,000 subs, to now, a year and a couple months after Injustice 2's release, we get 400,000 subscribers. So the growth is amazing. That's just in 1 year and a couple of months, which is mind-blowing. I never thought, actually, I got more subscribers than I previously had in the last 6 years of doing YouTube. So I got more subscribers this year and a couple months than I had in the previous 6 years of uploading YouTube videos, which is insane to me to think about. 6 years, 7 years actually, pretty much 7 years, because I had a 192, and then if I ended up with 400,000, I gained over 200K. So that's just mind-blowing to me, and that was all because of Injustice 2. And the game is amazing, right? So that's enough of me going into my my accomplishments. Of course, that's the main reason I want to talk about, just like a look back at Injustice 2 and how important it was. I mentioned before a lot of NRS channels that covered maybe MKX or maybe even started with Injustice 2 got a huge following compared to how they were before with Injustice 2. And huge props to all those YouTube channels. It's super important to have a variety of channels for people to enjoy, because I don't know, one channel, 2 channels, 3 channels representing an entire franchise, I don't think is healthy. So I'm happy when I see random channels pop up that are just pop up in my search engine, gaining popularity. It's always good to see, because those people are working hard and they deserve recognition. So that was another huge positive about Injustice 2. A lot of new NRS channels popped up that have a good following now. So now let's talk about the actual game. I made a video about this, which is why I mainly focus on how important Injustice 2 was to YouTube and myself and other content creators. That was the main focus of this video, because I've already talked about my opinions on Injustice 2 1 year later. But I'll just reiterate, Injustice 2 was super important for NetherRealm because this is by far the best looking NetherRealm game that they've ever produced. And what has me more excited is their next game is going to look even better than Injustice 2. They've learned mistakes that they made in this game. There's some characters that started off looking horrible and they ended up looking amazing. Supergirl, I think she's one of the best looking female characters, and if you guys remember, she started off looking really bad. They even changed her game winning pose to something that looked more appealing for the fans, because it was like a meme that she looked like a baby in her previous win pose. And they fixed a lot of things in this game, made it look amazing. They pushed the story to an all new level. The story of Injustice 2, I think it's probably the best story that they've made, man. Just it really felt like a movie. Like, it felt like a movie that you were involved in, like an interactive movie. That's how good it was. It was movie quality. 2.5 hours, just the cutscenes, right? The entire thing was about maybe 5 hours, but just the cutscenes, 2.5 hours. It was pretty much a movie. And the next game is going to be even bigger, because I know they improve every single year. Just imagine how good Princess Kitana is going to look, Cassie's going to look, Aaron Black, Ermac, all these characters that I love. Just imagine how amazing they're going to look with the improved Injustice 2 graphics. Just with the Injustice 2 graphics, they would look amazing, but I'm sure they're going to improve on that even more. It's going to be amazing. So one other thing that some people might not like that I personally did is the unexpected guest characters. Oh man, this brought a lot of hype to the community. It brought a lot of hype to Injustice. It got a lot of attention that the game maybe normally wouldn't have gotten, because having, first off, we had Hellboy. Like, mind blown. Who thought Hellboy was gonna pop up in that second trailer? Hellboy was a definite shocker, but of course, you can't top the Ninja Turtles. I think only one person guessed pre-Ninja Turtles release that they had a chance of making it, and props to that guy, because man, I did not see that coming from, you know, a light year away. It makes sense thinking about it, but I didn't think they were going to make 4 characters in one like Triborg. But after how popular Triborg was, they took it a step further with a guest character like TMNT. So I think the hype of unexpected, genuinely, you know, surprising guest characters was awesome. Last couple of things here. The gameplay improvement from Injustice 1 to Injustice 2 was astronomical. Like, Injustice 1, you feel like you're walking on mud. They didn't really support it afterwards. There was so many cheap stuff with unblockable interactables and just crazy characters like Batgirl that was safe on everything, that did a ton of damage. They really focused a lot on balancing Injustice 2 pretty well. And to be honest, I really do think that the game is pretty well balanced at the moment. Obviously, there's annoying characters like Starfire, Dr. Fate. There's a bunch of characters. Flash could kill you in a couple touches. Black Adam. There's a lot of really annoying characters, but overall the game is really balanced. So I could hop online right now and play with the Joker, and I might get frustrated at some matchups like Starfire and Dr. Fate, but overall I don't feel like I need to change characters or use top tier to play Injustice 2. That's how like well balanced it is. And again, that has me excited for MKX or MK11, because there was such a huge improvement from Injustice 1 to Injustice 2 that I'm sure there's going to be a gigantic improvement from MKX to MK11. Oh, I can't wait. So overall, Injustice 2 was just beyond expectations for me. I went into this franchise not knowing anything about the gameplay mechanics and how to play this game. I uploaded a video called Learning Injustice 2, something like that, and it was around February or maybe January of 2017. First time playing Injustice 2, and I sucked, man. But in one of those videos, I'm like, I promise you guys, I promise that I'm going to be good at this game. And I think I could hold my own pretty well. Not against pro players or anything like that, but just average people who play online, casual people. That's what I am. I'm a casual player, have no interest in competing professionally. I could hold my own versus almost anyone. So I'm happy that I was able to get at that level with Injustice 2, because this game ended up being, like I said, beyond expectations. Not only channel-wise, personally-wise, how much my channel grew and what it did for me and how amazing it's been, but also gameplay-wise and just how much fun it's been. It's not a game for everyone, and trust me when I tell you this, it's not a game for me sometimes as well. Sometimes I just don't want to play this game. I might get online and fight somebody who is annoying the shit out of me, who might have Wi-Fi, McDonald's, Martian connection, and I'm like, nah, I'm done, I don't want to record, and I just turn off my capture card and play something else or just get off completely. But recently it's been different. Recently, the last 2 recording sessions, I've had a lot of fun from start to finish of recording, and that usually doesn't happen with Injustice 2. So just goes to show you, sometimes, you know, you have those bad days, sometimes you don't, but overall, you know, I still have fun playing the game a year and a couple months afterwards, even though I know it's not going to get supported with DLC and everything. Injustice 2 is an amazing game. Whether you like it or not, whether you have problems with it, just overall the entire package, Injustice 2 is an amazing, amazing masterpiece of a game. And man, I can't wait for the next NetherRealm title. It's going to be awesome. So that's going to be it for me, guys. Thank you so much for listening to me ramble on for almost 16 minutes, or I guess 16 minutes now with the outro. But that's going to be it. Thank you so much for anyone who subscribed, you know, today, yesterday, 6 months ago, a year ago, even back when I was uploading Call of Duty, because I know there's still people who watch me that subscribed to me back in 2010, that come and follow the channel once in a while. Back in 2012, 13, 14, 15. I love every one of you guys, and you know, you're pretty much making my dream come true of making videos on YouTube, being a content creator, and Injustice 2 was a gigantic help towards that goal that I'm currently at right now. And I can't like thank NetherRealm enough for making this amazing game. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. What's going on? It's Super here, and thank you for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you guys subscribed if you are not already. Also, check out any of these videos linked at the top. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time.